Hi, John here again with Tiger Seal Products, and today we're going to talk about some issues of cutting and moistening with your BetterPak 333 water activated tape dispenser. I'm going to show you some simple things that I think will help improve moistening and cutting. Let's talk about cutting first. I kind of rigged this machine to fail. This is a good cut. As you can see, it's straight across. This is not a good cut. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit jaggedy, a little bit rough. There are a couple of things you can do before you consider replacing the shears on this machine and saying, okay, I have a shear problem. First thing we want to do is take off the water bottle and take out the water tank. And the water tank should lift straight up and out. A lot of times that doesn't happen. On older machines, it can be rusted in. So you can put a screwdriver under the tank, right here on this lip, over the lip of the tank support shelf, and then you can just pop the tank up and out of the way. Before you consider replacing the shears, check one thing first. There's a 10/24 screw located right here. Now that screw controls the angle of the lower shear. And it's going to be hard to see, but that right here is your lower shear, just behind the upper or movable shear. That's your lower shear. If that screw has come loose and has fallen down, which this one has because I loosened it, you can move it up. Notice the movement in that screw. Move it all the way to the top position and then tighten that screw down. What that does is it changes the angle of the lower shear so that it should give us now a good cut. So let's test it and see if it gives a good cut now. And there you go, just by changing the angle of the lower shear. So check that screw before you replace your shear and make sure that that's in the up position. There's another issue people have with the shears, and that is they get built up with glue and dirt. And there's an easy way to clean the upper shear, and that's what this bar is for right here. You pull this bar forward, and then you push your cutter yoke assembly down, and the lower shear will drop down, and now you can clean it. This shear is clean, but if it isn't, you can use a little bathroom cleaner on it. You can use a little wire, steel wool on it. Clean it off real good. Get all the glue off of it, and then pop it back in. Now, popping it back in takes an extra step because when you drop the shear down, the upper shear, the lower shear will kind of rock forward. And here's how you put the upper shear back in again. You pull the handle forward. And this is going to be hard to see, but you want to push the lower shear back, and that allows the upper shear to pop back into position. So once you clean the upper shear, now you can test it again. You may get a good cut before you have to go through the process of replacing the upper shear. That's really the simplest things to look at in terms of cutting. Now, in terms of moistening, there's a couple of things to look at. If you're getting bad moistening, poor moistening, let's say, the tape isn't getting wet enough. First thing to do is wash out your moistening brushes. The 333 comes with a dual set of moistening brushes, and make sure both brushes are in the machine. Oftentimes we see machines when we're out in the field servicing, and they'll have just a single brush in there, and it'll be lying down, and you really get bad moistening. So you must have two brushes. Check to make sure you have two brushes, and make sure the brushes are in correctly. By incorrectly, I mean make sure the brushes are following the direction of the tape flow. You notice they're cut on an angle. So when you put them in the tank, after you wash them out, make sure you put them in the direction of the tape flow. Wash them out with warm soapy water. If you can let them soak over the weekend, rinse them off and then put them back in again. That really helps. The other thing that can help improve moistening is the adjustment screw right here. That adjusts how high the water bottle sits on the tank. The higher the screw, the higher the water level in the tank. The lower the screw, the lower the water level in the tank. So if your tape is getting too wet, lower the screw, and that will eventually lower the water level in your tank. Raising the screw will raise the water level in the tank and make the tape wetter. Now, one of the things, we never liked the dual brush moistening system. So what we did, we came up with this idea several years ago, and that is we take a short brush, put it together with the two normal brushes, and then clip them with a stainless steel cotter pin. Now here you won't have any brushes separate. You get a bigger surface, moistening surface area. It fits very nicely in there, and you'll have much better moistening. So if you order moistening brushes from Tiger Seal, you're going to get the triple brush set, which is really nice. Let's talk about two more things with moistening real quick. The plate weight right here that sits over the moistening brushes, it has 2 cylinder weights in it. And make sure yours does have 2. You can see them right here on the edge. Barely see it, but there's the head of the cylinder weight. And we have some customers that order extra cylinder weights, and they'll put a third one in here to make this weight heavier. And that would work well. That helps moisten the tape if you're using a heavier reinforced tape. If you're using a lighter paper tape, you really wouldn't want 3 weights in here. But if you're not happy with the moistening, you can order these extra cylinder weights, slide an extra one in, and that will force the tape down harder into the moistening brushes. So an extra cylinder weight may help your situation. Again, wash the brushes out, add the extra cylinder weight. If the brushes are just beyond hope, you can order a new set and you'll get the triple set from us. And then finally, we sell what's called Penetron, and this is basically what makes water wetter. It's just a glue reactivator. And this little bottle here is a concentrate, so it will mix with up to 50 gallons of water. What a lot of customers will do, they'll put a few drops into their water bottle and then place the water bottle on the machine, and that might help in hard water situations. So again, moistening is Penetron, clean your brushes, add a weight, adjust your screw, and that should solve all your moistening problems, we hope. Well, I want to thank you again for watching us. And if you have any questions, you can call us toll free at 800-899-9389. And all the parts we discuss and service is on our website, tigersealproducts.com or tigerseal.com. Thanks again for watching. We appreciate your business.